Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Tennessee's search for a wide receiver in the transfer portal for this spring cycle continues, and it seems to be an ongoing theme going back to Nikar, a guy that enters the portal, elects to stay at Miami. Then we kind of move on. We start talking about Trayshawn Hurry, commits to Louisville, doesn't even take the trip, doesn't even take the visit to Tennessee. And then we had a couple of guys that we were focused on. Keelan Marion, wide receiver from BYU, also Ted Hurst, a wide receiver at Georgia State. I'm kind of thinking, give me one of these two guys and let's call it a day, and we're going to be ready to ride for the 2025 season. Keelan Marion commits to Miami. Again, doesn't make the trip to Tennessee. Ted Hurst elects that he's not even going to transfer. He stays at Georgia State. So all eyes kind of shifted to this guy. You can see it on the screen. Jer'Michael Carter, Tennessee offered. He's another guy that was unranked coming out of high school, but he was a three-star prospect in the portal. 2 years of eligibility left, 6'4", 184. I like this guy. I thought he would have been a good fit, good body in that wide receiver room. 247 Sports had him ranked as the 9th best wide receiver in the portal. Tennessee offered. He took visits. He visited Oklahoma on Friday. Then he took a trip to Vanderbilt on Saturday and Sunday. He was supposed to arrive in Knoxville today, but you guys can probably go ahead and figure out where this is going to go. He canceled his trip to Rocky Top. He will not be visiting Tennessee, so the search for that wide receiver continues. And there's some talking points. There's some things I want to get into. Man, we had a fun conversation last night on the live stream. I get it. You see that we're playing EA Sports College Football. You say, I'm out. I'm not watching that. I don't care about Boogie playing video games. We had a lot of great discussion about this search for a wide receiver, about money. I want to get into some of that. And then I want to kind of talk about where does Tennessee go from here. Before we do that, I need you guys to do the YouTube stuff. Smash the thumbs up just below the video. Quick, free, easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't pretend to be that, because what we are is exactly what you guys are. We're fans. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Right now, live every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, playing EA Sports College Football, but talking all things Tennessee football. If we need to do a live stream, we'll do a live stream. I'll get the boys together. We'll jump on here, and we will talk about all this stuff going on with the portal. But again, make sure you're dialed in, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. Let's talk about some of the talking points from last night. Again, just a great stream, and it's always a good stream when some of you guys in the chat disagree and bring different opinions, and we can kind of talk about it and kind of see where we're at with this thing. I think the first thing that we need to start with here is, again, Tennessee is looking for an 8th scholarship wide receiver, and some of the comments that I've read on these recent videos is that we don't need a wide receiver. Why are we going to the portal? We got plenty of wide receivers. We don't have anything to worry about. We got plenty of guys on scholarship. We have 7 guys on scholarship, and only one of those guys has significant experience as a starter, and that's Chris Brazzell. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not excited about this wide receiver room. I think you guys know I think the wide receiver room can be better, but you still need depth. You still need bodies. Again, 7 scholarship wide receivers. Chris Brazzell's number 1. 3 of those scholarship wide receivers are true freshmen. Rodarius Jackson, Travis Smith, also Joakim Dotson, a guy who's not even stepped foot on campus yet. He won't be here till this summer. So can you rely on 3 true freshmen, or are you looking at really 4 guys? 4 guys, and one of those guys that's an upperclassman isn't really even experienced. Amari Jefferson played 1 year of college football, but hasn't played a single snap of college football because of the injury at Alabama. Again, Amari Jefferson, a guy that I was extremely high on coming out of high school. I'm still extremely high on Amari Jefferson. How does he bounce back from the injury? Didn't get to really see him go full steam ahead in spring camp. So then that brings you to Mike Matthews and Braylon Staley, who I think can be really good. Again, this wide receiver room is just unproven, but I think they have all the talent, all the potential. But you still, when you look at the numbers, you need to add another guy in that wide receiver room. That's just my opinion. Clearly, this coaching staff agrees. That's what they want to do. Another one of the conversations I see happening in the comments, some of the conversation in the live chat last night, a lot of people say, we're out of money. We don't have any money. Boogie, we're broke. We can't afford to pay anybody. My question to you, if that's what you say, is based on what? If we don't have any money, what are you basing it on? Are you basing it on something some random person on Twitter said? Are you basing it on something a random YouTuber said? What are you basing that on? I need evidence. I need proof. And I don't have any proof. Again, we sell this as for the fans, by the fans, because that's what it is. I don't have some insider putting information in my ear that I can come here with a narrative. I react to what I see, to what I hear, to what I read. There are people that I trust in the media. The guys at VolQuest, I think they're the best in the business. That's why that's who I tend to listen to. And again, great conversation about this. Maybe we are out of money. I don't know. I don't know any more than you guys do. But I do know this. Where did the Nico money go? And you can see the article on the screen there. College Football Headquarters, SI.com. Joey Aguilar will get 7 figures less than Nico's deal at Tennessee. So Nico was set to make over $2.5 million this upcoming season. That was in the budget. That's not money that you had to go find. That's not money that you had to go dig up. That's not money that you had to go call up a donor and say, hey, we need $2.5 million and we need it now. That was in the budget. Joey Aguilar, from everything that I've read, everything that I've seen, should be getting around $1.2 million for the 2025 season. So I ask you, where did that $1.3 million go? Because we've not spent it. We've not spent it. And I think you also have to praise the staff. I think you have to praise Spire Sports Group. Nobody wants to jump on here and talk about keeping Boo Carter, keeping Arian Carter, keeping Mike Matthews, keeping some of the talent on this football team. Nobody wants to talk about that. They only want to talk about some guy in the portal. And don't get it twisted. I would have loved to have Keelan Marion. But would you have overpaid Keelan Marion, a guy that has 562 receiving yards in 2 seasons? 2 seasons. Are you going to overpay for that guy? That's not proven. And I got back to the video that I made yesterday and the comments from Austin Price. I'm going to read it again. He said, the facts are all the guys that they're looking at for safety, linebacker, wide receiver, or defensive line are not the starter types. And we're not looking for that. We're not looking for a starter. We're not looking for that guy. We're looking for a body. We're looking for a depth piece. So that's what AP is confirming. They are not the starter types, especially in the spring portal window, right? You're not seeing that type of guy in the spring portal window. He said, but they want silly money for players who are going to be backups. That's the rub. So again, do you overpay for a guy like Keelan Marion, who has 562 receiving yards in 2 seasons? Do you overpay him? Do you pay him more than what you're paying your starter? This is what he goes on to say. If you're adding a number 4 wide receiver or a number 4 linebacker, does it make sense to pay them more than your starters just because supply and demand of needing a body? So do you believe we're out of money? Or is that just the easy narrative to run with? It's just easy to say, we don't have any money. We got a money problem at Tennessee. Because I'm still trying to figure out where the $1.3 million from Nico, I'm trying to figure out where that went. I think Tennessee still has that. I think they're just looking for the right fit. So where does Tennessee go from here? There's no news. There's no buzz. We're out of targets. We are out of targets in the wide receiver room. You can pull up the On3 transfer portal window and kind of roll down through it there. You see the best available. Mark Hamper from Wisconsin. Everything I've seen about him says he's predicted to end up at Arizona State. You can go down to the next body, Cam Camper, Boise State, the former Indiana receiver, was recruited to Boise State by Kentucky's offensive coordinator, Bush Hamdan. Is that a guy that could ultimately end up going back to Kentucky? Big-bodied, led the college football playoff team in receptions with 58 and receiving yards with 903. And again, none of these guys I'm seeing in the mix with Tennessee. So we'll continue to follow it, see who they pick up the phone, see who they reach out to, see who they evaluate. Next guy on the list, Zede Haynes, 6'1", 170-pound, redshirt freshman from Syracuse. No real news or notes on him. Spent the 2023 season at Georgia where he played in 4 games, only had 1 catch for 20 yards. This past season, 2024 at Syracuse, had 8 catches for 97 yards in just 2 games, but then he sat out the entire remainder of the season for personal family issues. So is he a guy that if he's got something going on with his family, does he want to get closer to home in Pennsylvania? Again, I don't know. This is just the top of the list. Cortez Bram, 6'2", 201 pounds, JUCO product, received an extra year of eligibility, so this would be a one-and-done guy. Said he started his career at West Virginia before moving to junior college, played for Nevada in 2024, finished the year with 56 receptions for 724 yards and 4 touchdowns. So where does Tennessee go from here? I don't know. We still need to add a body. That's something that I believe for sure. What are your thoughts? Are we out of money? Based on what? Where do you get that information from? Are you concerned? Do you think we need a body in the wide receiver room, or do you think we're ready to roll with what we've got? I think from a talent perspective, we can be better than we were a year ago. But can they stay healthy? Interested to hear your thoughts. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. If you want to support this channel, you like what we do, you can go pick up our merchandise, bonfire.com/store. YouTube.com/Talkin Balls. You can also hit that join button right down there below. It's right beside subscribe. It says join. You click that. It's just $1 a month. $1 a month, you get access to custom Talkin Vols emojis, fan call-in shows. We're going to be doing a members-only stream coming up soon. Only the members of the channel are allowed to access that, allowed to watch that, allowed to engage in that. So make sure you're dialed in for that. There are links in the description to buy the merchandise. There are links in the description to join the channel. If you're on an iPhone, it won't let you do it from the app. You got to go into that link, click on that, and then you can show your support. We appreciate you guys. Can't do this without you, so thank you to all the members of the channel. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin Vols Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.